There we go with the tomato paste. And then it said the Italian seasoning. And this actually says 1 tablespoon. And again, this is to taste too. So we will just try a little in there. And if we want more, we'll put more. But for now, we're just going to mix this all together, the tomato paste and the chicken and the veggies. And this is still cooking, but I just put it on a really low heat because the peppers were really more than browning. They were actually really darkening. And we don't need them to get that dark. But I do like the way this is smelling. It smells great. I think we can afford to add a little bit more tomato paste. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Never hurts to have a little color. My oven is at 475 right now, so it's just got to get to 400 for us to actually stick our bread in the oven. So I think we have it timed pretty well. Well, by the time this is all ready to mix in with the pasta, the bread shouldn't take that long to come out. So, this looks and smells really good. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's what that's starting to look like. So it looks like we might be able to, oh, there you go. That buzzer beep means that the oven is at 400. So I'm going to pop the bread into the oven. And it said 10 minutes. So we will keep an eye on it. It's 4:50 according to my clock on my microwave. So at 5 o'clock we'll take that bread out, if not sooner. But it's said to cook the pasta until al dente. So that looks like that's about right. Okay. So the next thing it tells me to do is I'm supposed to pour a 1/4 cup of plain water and bring it to a simmer with that sauce mix. So it said a 1/4 cup. So this is a liquid measuring cup, and I'm going to put a 1/4 cup. So that was supposed to go in with that. And it's said to bring to a simmer, so we're going to raise the heat up a little bit. Now, besides the water that we added to the tomato paste, white scallions, red bell pepper, Italian seasoning, besides that, it also gave me a cream sauce mixture, which I'm sure we're supposed to do something with. So it says, finish the sauce. Cut top off the cream sauce right here. Pour contents into pan with sauce using a spoon or spatula. Okay, so we're going to cut this open and add this to our sauce. I hope I like this because this is the only thing where I really don't know what it's going to taste like. I almost don't want to mess up what I got going on, but I'm going to put a little because it looks like it's supposed to be a creamy sauce. So let me show you what I did, folks. I just put like enough of it to mix in there, and then I'm going to just continue to stir. That's what's going to make it a creamy pasta sauce. So we're just going to mix it and bring it to a simmer. We're going to go ahead and turn off these noodles because after it stops bubbling, we're going to drain the water. The other thing it did say to add was, remember we added some butter to the noodles? It's saying that I should add a little butter to the sauce. So this is what the sauce is starting to look like, which looks like what it's supposed to look like in the picture, so that's a good sign. So here's what it's looking like right now, the sauce, folks. So if you can see, okay, so that looks pretty good. So it says to bring that to a simmer, but what I'm gonna do, since I don't have a strainer like I told you, is I'm gonna go right over my sink. Hopefully I'm not gonna have any casualties and lose all my noodles. But I'm going to put it over and I'm going to just open it a little bit and let the water drain out. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, instead of have it on there tight, I'm gonna tip it like this to keep the noodles back and drain the water out. So that was easy enough to do. Ooh, very hot though. Ooh, a lot of steam, a lot of steam. Giving myself a facial over here, folks. But get rid of some of that water. Getting rid of that excess water. We don't need all that excess water. Okay, so it looks like I drained the water out of there. So now, remember I said it said to add some butter? Let's do that. It said add 1 tablespoon of butter, so we'll just take a dollop like this, about a tablespoon, and put that in there with that sauce, because that's what it said to do. And it said to bring it to a simmer, so we're almost there, folks, because I imagine that what we're going to do next is add these noodles to this sausage chicken tomato paste Italian seasoning cream sauce mixture. I imagine that's what we're going to do. It actually smells great. I hope it's delicious, because one thing is I don't cook a lot, and when I do, I really like to enjoy it. Like, if I took the effort to make it and I made as big a mess as I tend to make when I cook, I want the payoff to definitely be rewarding. So, close things up. I didn't actually make that big a mess as I thought I would, which is good. Okay, so here is how the sauce shaped up. Looks good. Then it says to add the noodles. Right? Add drained rigatoni to pan with sauce, toss and coat. So, we're going to go ahead and add. I'm going to add it in kind of gently instead of just pouring it all in. I want to make sure I don't have any excess water that's going in there. So, kind of spread it around. Get the noodles tossed up with it. And go. Okay? So now we're just going to toss it around. Toss this around and get this coated real nice. You know, saucy. And then the other thing I like to do once it's all coated up is I like to add cheese. I have shredded cheese. Whenever I make a pasta dish of any kind, you know, I like to add cheese to it. And when I say of any kind, folks, I don't mean anything fancy. I used to make hamburger helper lasagna when I was younger, and I'm not knocking it. It's good. I ate it plenty of times. I used to make it for my husband, and he liked it too. So no shame in the hamburger helper. I'm sure it's helped many bad cooks like myself. I feel like they're doing something, you know. But yeah, this is coming together. It looks nice. I could have used a little bit more meat, I would think, you know. I think having more meat would have been good, but this way you know, so that like when I make this in the future, it comes with what it comes with. To serve 2 people for me, because I did the 2 servings and they offer a 4 servings, but I did the 2 servings. And what I would do in the future for myself, knowing that I would like more of the sausage meat to go with the pasta versus just a lot of, you know, cream sauce and pasta, I would order an additional packet of that Italian sausage chicken mixture. But it smells great. It looks good, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add the green for decor. That's what's going to make it look a little prettier. Pretty. Going to mix that up in there. And I'm going to get my shredded cheese out of the refrigerator and sprinkle some of that on here while it's warm so that it can melt. But I think I did a fine job. I think I'm going to enjoy this meal. And I did it all myself. And too bad there's nobody here to actually see it. But before I go ahead and add the cheese, folks, this is what it looks like. I think I did a pretty good job. What do you think? It looks pretty good. So let me turn off the burner because it is cooked. I'll leave it a little low because I want the cheese to melt. But I'm just going to grab me some. I have some pepper jack cheese and some Monterey Jack cheese. And I'm just going to use, I already have one open. I'm going to go ahead and use the Monterey Jack cheese. I'm going with Sargento. I'd go with Kraft if that's what I had. but this is what I'm going with today. So I'm going to go ahead and add some cheese. It's finely shredded so it will melt pretty evenly and pretty quickly over the heat. And if you want your cheese to melt quickly, I just take a lid, a pan lid, or for me, I don't have a pan lid for this size pan. So I'm just going to put some foil over it real quick, leave the heat on low, and it's going to melt on there. So I didn't actually make too big of a mess, I don't think. I'm waiting for the cheese to melt so I can show you the final result. I'm going to move this out of the way. There was a little bit more Italian seasoning. I could have added some more of that. But I'm going to put my basics to the side and put those away. But I'm going to clear this out of the way so I can show you guys the finished product once the cheese is all melted on there really nicely. So you can see how Kathy did on her first attempt to make chicken sausage rigatoni. So there's theirs. And I'm going to show you what mine looks like. Don't laugh. Be gentle, be kind. Kathy's new at this. And remember, I put Monterey Jack cheese on mine because that's what I prefer, but they did supply Parmesan cheese. I might mix it up and add a little bit. There's nothing wrong with a 2 or 3 flavored cheese. Chili flakes, I didn't add them. The peppers, I think, are going to make it spicy enough for me, but I will save it for maybe another time. Maybe I will add them. But let's see what it looks like. Oh, delicious, folks. Oh my God, it looks good. I can't believe it myself. Look how that looks. Does that look delicious or what? I'm like impressed with myself right now, people. There we go. There's my chicken rigatoni compared to their picture. I think I nailed it. Yes. Props to Kathy. Seriously though, I think I did a good job. I think it looks good. I just hope it tastes great. I'm going to find out. And I BS you not. If it's not good, I'm definitely going to tell you that it's not good. But let's try it out and see. See? Give me a fork. I'm going to try it out here with you guys. Let you see. Is it any good? Oh, that looks good. I got to take a picture. I got to take a picture of this. It looks delicious. Okay, so we're going to grab a piece of the chicken and a noodle with the seasoning and some cheese. It is hot, so forgive me. Oh my God. Kathy can cook. She can cook with help. She can cook with help. This is delicious, folks. So now, if you guys come to my house, anybody comes to my house, I actually can cook chicken sausage rigatoni. But I am proud of it. It's hot, but it is delicious. I did a good job. Forgive me for talking with my mouth full, but I must say, I am impressed with how it turned out. I would recommend anybody who doesn't know how to cook, give HelloFresh a try. It was delicious. And thank you for joining me. I did good. Until next time. Next time I actually have a chicken, I think it's a Chinese food meal. And maybe I'll film it and y'all can watch. I have orange chicken with jasmine rice on the menu coming soon. So maybe Kathy will be good at that too. Take care and thank you for joining Kathy in the kitchen. Bye.